everyone. Thank you for watching CCN Crown City News. Your news, your neighborhood. I'm Sunita Joshua Madison. Our top story. School officials locked down John Muir High School Friday after what some call horseplay between two students erupted into a big brawl. Police called parents and guardians using a reverse 911 system. CCN's Natalie Tavidian was at the school on Friday and has more on this story.
All is calm here right now at John Muir High School, but earlier this afternoon, police responded to phone calls made about a fight that broke out between two male students. What started as horseplay between the two soon escalated into a physical fight of over 10 to 15 students. Some John Muir High School students say administrators locked their campus down after a race-related fight that escalated into a riot. Senior Carol Thomas says students faced a lot of uncertainty and panic.
People were very scared. They were calling their parents, and I know the school called our parents too to pick us up early. We couldn't leave without permission or escorted off campus.
Thomas says parents were also scared. The Pasadena Police Department's Lieutenant Chris Russ says parents were afraid to see a large police presence on campus. What they saw included a police helicopter, officers on the ground, and crime tape Friday afternoon at the school.
Some of the parents were a little bothered by the fact they didn't have a lot of information from us in terms of what was going on.
What motivated the big fight remains unclear. In a statement, school officials say it started with horseplay between students and that only about 15 were involved. But some students say more than 30 of their classmates joined the fight.
One of our football players got into it with another student that attends John Muir High School, and his friends jumped in the fight, and it caused a big race riot, and it was also gang-related. Students were throwing water bottles, food, trash cans, and skateboards and stuff like that.
But Lieutenant Russ says the fights were not race-related and that officers are still investigating.
There's no information at this time in terms of our investigation that indicates it was solely race-related or that it had anything to do with a race issue. It appears to be that there was a conflict between a couple of students on campus, and at this point it's being investigated.
About 1,200 students were on campus at the time. Police say 2 students suffered from minor injuries and 1 adult was taken to a hospital due to an illness. In Pasadena, Natalie Tavidian, CCN.
Drinking and driving is dangerous enough, but now drunk drivers might also be staring at their phone to let them know where to avoid police checkpoints. But victims of drunk driving accidents and 4 U.S. senators, including Harry Reid from Nevada, are asking BlackBerry and Apple to ban cell phone apps which alert drivers of upcoming DUI checkpoints. CCN's Nikki Ibarra has more on this story.
You've had one too many drinks and you know if you drive and get caught, you're going to jail. So you turn to your cell phone. An application like this might help avoid DUI checkpoints, but it doesn't help stop collisions. That's one reason lawmakers are targeting these apps.
I just remember seeing a big flash of light and a drunk driver plunged into our vehicle and we went spinning for about 800 feet and we almost lost our lives.
Jennifer Roby and her mom, Catherine, consider themselves lucky after surviving a car accident 4 years ago caused by a 4-time DUI offender. Now, Catherine, who has teamed up with Mothers Against Drunk Driving, is speaking out about DUI cell phone applications, which have recently made headlines.
Obviously, if they do avoid a checkpoint, that's not going to avoid an accident because that is potentially what is going to happen if they're so severely impaired.
Some cell phone apps alert drivers when a DUI checkpoint is ahead, but Pasadena Police Lieutenant Randall Taylor says these applications are not as effective as some may think.
Those people who are going to be out there driving drunk and creating the most problems, probably not going to be looking at their BlackBerries and checking ahead of time. So if that app was on that and it steered you away from a checkpoint, but steered you into a collision someplace else, I guess that app wasn't that very helpful then after all, was it?
By law, the city of Pasadena must publicize where checkpoints are taking place. Lieutenant Taylor says when people drink, they should designate a driver to avoid accidents like the one which almost took the lives of Catherine and Jennifer Roby.
It's very hard to share my story, but I do it for the people who didn't survive, for all the victims who didn't get the chance to share their story.
BlackBerry has agreed to pull the applications from their cell phones, but have not released a date. I recently downloaded an application on my cell phone, so these apps are still available. Now, as for whether Apple will pull these from their iPhones, I contacted Apple, but have not heard back from them in time for this broadcast. From Pasadena, Nikki Ibarra, CCN.
For information about upcoming DUI checkpoints in the Pasadena area, you can visit cityofpasadena.net.
We saw 100 degrees in some areas, and this Thursday we are going to fall back down to the 60s, and we're going to have rain. It was an absolutely gorgeous day outside, everybody. I hope you got out and enjoyed it, because temperatures are going to plummet over the next few days. Today, temperatures were above 10 degrees above average, and even right now, at 6 o'clock, we are still seeing temperatures 2 degrees above average. Let's get you going outside right now. Our temperature outside right now is 75. Our winds are out of the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour. Our sunrise is going to be tomorrow morning at 6:35, and our sunset is going to be at 7:17. As we take a look at our almanac and our headlines, our almanac, the high today, like I said, was 83 degrees. 10 degrees above normal, the low 54, still above normal tonight. It's going to be a warm night. Our weather headlines, cooler temps are on the way, and we are going to see some midweek rain and a warmer and dry Sunday after this rain does dissipate on Saturday afternoon. As we take a look at our overnight lows right now, we are going to have 50s across the board. Up in Monrovia is going to be our coolest spot at 51 degrees. Our highs tomorrow, we are going to see 70s across the board. West Covina is going to be our warm spot at 76 degrees. Okay, this is what's happening right now. So take a look at our satellite radar. We do have this ridge of high pressure that's working right now as you see these clear skies over California, Southern California. But right here, we do have this counterclockwise rotation. That's a low that's going to come down and weaken this ridge of high pressure. That low is going to come down. It's going to give us a cutoff low. It's going to break away from the jet stream. That cutoff low is going to sit there starting on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We might even see some drizzle on Wednesday morning, but I think our best chance of rain is going to be late Thursday night into Friday. Friday we should see rain, a little morning, off and on during the day, Saturday off and on during the day, but that rain is going to dissipate on Saturday afternoon, and it's going to give us clear skies and a warmer and dry Sunday. Take a look at our 7-day forecast right now. Tomorrow it's going to cool off a little bit, 75 tomorrow, better than the 83 we saw today. And once again, like I said, temperatures are going to plummet because that low is going to come down. We're going to see 69 on Wednesday, Thursday 64, Friday 63, 66, 67 on Sunday, and Monday things begin to warm back up, and on Friday it's going to be our coolest day because we are going to have partly cloudy skies with that off and on showers for the most part of Friday. So everybody just buckle up. We are going to see a little bit more rain. This is a cold late season storm that we are seeing. So hey, we're not going to see too much more of this rain, but let's enjoy that. If you are going to go up in snow, the snow level is going to drop down to 3,000 feet. And as I heard, I talked to people up in Big Bear and Arrowhead, up in Mammoth. They're going to have the slopes open probably until May and June. So we saw a lot of rain. We saw a lot of snow this season. So hey, let's enjoy it. Sanita, back to you.
Well, that makes it fun. Thanks, Curtis, for that weather report.